It's a full-fledged political war now playing out over Delhi's garbage crisis, with the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP trading charges and pointing fingers at each other, even as large areas of the national capital turn into one big stinking mess.
Well, the sanitation workers today confronted the task force of the Aam Aadmi Party that was meant to clean up the garbage piling up on the streets and vowed to not let them work. As the strike by nearly 60,000 sanitation workers enters the fifth day, we're asking just who is going to clean up the mess in the capital.
Delhi ministers and MLAs picked up brooms to counter sanitation workers' strike that entered day 5.
PWD को हमने ये अपॉइंट किए 90 टीमें हैं, जिसमें हर टीम में 10 लोग होंगे और ये लोग सब दिल्ली की सफाई करेंगे। आम आदमी पार्टी से कोई भी फंड ऐसा नहीं है जो हमने नहीं दिया है। पूरा फंड रिलीज हो गया है।
वेतन दो हमारा
पूरा फंड रिलीज हो गया है। लेकिन इन लोगों को एमसीडी से मांगना चाहिए पैसा। एमसीडी ने कहीं और पैसा
काम कर रहा कहा पैसा क्यों देते?
कहीं और पैसा इन्वेस्ट कर दिया इन लोगों ने।
किसने करा? एमसीडी ने करा, इन्होंने करा। एमसीडी जाने ये जाने पैसे चाहिए हमारा, भूखे मर रहे हैं हमारे बच्चे, भूखे मर रहे, सैलरी मिल रही।
In the Deputy CM Manish Sisodia's constituency, the striking municipal workers of the BJP-ruled MCD raised slogans against workers sent by the AAP-ruled Delhi government to clean up the garbage.
आप लोग खुद स्ट्राइक पर रहेंगे, आपकी स्ट्राइक तो कॉल ऑफ नहीं हो रही है और आप जेसीबी को भी काम नहीं करने देंगे?
किसी को नहीं काम करने देंगे। अगर ये काम करते तो हमारा क्या रह जाएगा? हम तो फिर ऐसे बैठ जाएंगे।
किसी को भी काम करने नहीं देंगे जी, बिल्कुल यहाँ हम अड़के खड़े रहेंगे, भले हमें मरना पड़े।
Nearly 60,000 municipal sanitation workers are on indefinite strike, demanding wages due over 3 months.
लोगों को जब कष्ट हो रहा है तो दिल्ली सरकार पीडब्ल्यूडी को लगा सकती है, तो हमने उसमें पीडब्ल्यूडी को भी लगाया हुआ है, पैसा भी जितना देना था दिया हुआ है।
लेकिन दो लोगों की लड़ाई में जो है दिल्ली
दो लोगों की लड़ाई थोड़ी है, ये तो बेईमानी है, सैलरी स्कैम है, उस स्कैम की वजह से लोग पिस रहे हैं।
Meanwhile, Congress blamed both AAP and the BJP.
विधायकों की तनख्वाहें 3-3 लाख रुपए कर दी, कानून बना दिया, उसको पारित कर दिया, उसके लिए इनके पास पैसे हैं। इस नौसिखिएपन दिल्ली सरकार में और हठधर्मिता केंद्र सरकार के बीच में दिल्ली की जनता पिस रही है।
Delhi Chief Minister on a health sabbatical asked party workers to help the PWD workers.
While politics continues to be played out over Delhi's garbage crisis, it's left both Delhiites and the sanitation workers in the lurch. The solution now perhaps will come from the High Court when it sits in to hear the case on Tuesday. In New Delhi with camera person Mursalin, Sonal Mehrotra, NDTV.
Well, to talk about that, we are now joined by Raghav Chaddha of the Aam Aadmi Party here with us in the studio. Sambit Patra, spokesperson for the BJP, also joining us here in the studio. And representing the Congress tonight on the panel is Sharmishta Mukherjee. I'd like to thank all our panelists for joining us tonight. Raghav, let me begin with you. Now, let's look at some of these statistics. 60,000 sanitation workers are on strike. 7,000 doctors and 10,000 nurses at MCD hospitals are on strike. Thousands of teachers at MCD schools are on strike. Goes without saying, patients are suffering, students are suffering, and with garbage strewn all over our streets, Delhiites in general are suffering. And then you have a scenario where the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP are busy pointing fingers at each other. Fact of the matter is, the people of Delhi are not interested in this politics. They just want to know who is going to pick up the garbage from the streets. What is your government doing about it?
Let's begin from the start. As per the 73rd, 74th Constitutional Amendment and as per the DMC Act, which incorporated these 3 municipal bodies, the primary and the obligatory responsibility of sanitation, cleaning garbage, cleaning the streets of Delhi is that of the MCD. MCD has its own government. There are separate elections. The Bharatiya Janata Party has been running the MCDs for the past 8 years. Now, from where do they pay these salaries? There are certain sources of revenue. They earn revenue, their own revenue from advertisement charges, parking charges, toll tax, property tax, etc. And there is some money that the government of NCT of Delhi has to give to the MCDs as per the 3rd Finance Commission and as per the statute. The government of NCT of Delhi has given every penny that they owe to these MCDs for this particular financial year, and the financial year is yet to conclude. We are still in January. The 31st March is the last date of the financial year. We have filed an affidavit in the High Court yesterday saying that every penny has been given The municipal commissioners on 15th January 2016 met with the chief minister and in writing gave that all the money under the non-plan head for salaries, other expenditure has been given to us. So when they have already collected all the revenue from advertisement charges, property taxes, etc., the government of Delhi has given its share of revenues to the MCDs. Where has the money gone? If the money has not reached the the employees, the sanitation workers, where has the money gone? And unfortunately, the Bharatiya Janata Party is doing politics over it. They are misguiding the sanitation workers, they are misguiding the people and forcing the people of Delhi to live in a mess of garbage. Today, the Aam Aadmi Party and the government of NCT of Delhi has, set in motion 123 machines along with requisite manpower for cleaning of garbage. Our legislators, along with the volunteers of Aam Aadmi Party, have cleared the garbage and cleaned the roads of Delhi. But the BJP now needs to realize that one, they have to pay off these salaries, and number two, they must ensure that this financial and functional, situation of collapse that the MCDs are in, they must need to do something.
Patra, where is the money?
Yes. Let me come to it. Two sides exactly as you pointed out, one the political side and the second one is the technical side. Let me first go to the political side. I mean, when the issue is whether it's an ego tussle between the central government and the Aam Aadmi Party government of the Delhi, let me tell you, it's not that we have been in power in MCD only recently. It has been almost 10 years or more than that Bharatiya Janata Party has been in MCD. And in fact, the Congress party was in Delhi as well as in the center. That means if such was the ego issue of Bharatiya Janata Party, then the problems that the Delhi people in fact and the Delhi government is facing presently should have been something which we would have seen in the past as well. But in the past, none of these things were matter of debate. None of these things ever surfaced, meaning that this issue of political ego tussle is something which has only come to the forefront recently, and the culprit appears to be the Aam Aadmi Party.
But what about
the technical aspect?
Yeah.
Two important points in technical aspect. Number one, 7th January 2016, approximately 10 or 20 days from now, the High Court of Delhi on the writ petition number 3385 by 2015, I would not go into the title details, has asked the Delhi government to pay all the dues that in fact remains with the Delhi government to the MCD.
What were the dues?
Please, I was not interjecting. I'll tell you the dues also. The dues in accordance with the Third Finance Commission, approximately 3,000 crore rupees.
Where has they said 3,000 crore?
Please.
Raghav, we'll come back to you. We'll come back
Whether
to
the High Court has said this or not.
Please,
Yes.
let me.
Yeah. Otherwise, you file a contempt petition against me.
I will. 3,000 crore rupees. And where do I derive this 3,000?
Where has this written?
Raghav,
where has the High Court said 3,000?
Raghav, let him complete his point. We'll come back to you.
I never interjected, Raghav. Where do I derive this 3,000? Because the court said, please pay down whatever is left of the Third Finance Commission. Where do I derive this 3,000 crore? As rightly pointed out by Raghav, I derive this from the letter of commissioner, which Raghav wrongly pointed out that the commissioner of MCD, all the three commissioners, said that we have nothing in due. Here is the letter, I'll submit it to you. Here is the letter with all the dues that the commissioner want. The dues approximately is 2,565. I'll read out the letter. You want? Yes, I'll read out the letter. Sir, I will read out the letter. I will read out the letter.
I
have only calculated the total amount. The letter is, therefore, GNCTD is requested the following, to release the following amount, release rupees 1,731.9 crores to all local bodies in terms of their ratios.
We will let you respond to that, Sambit, but first respond to the charges that are being leveled by the Aam Aadmi Party against the BJP. I will definitely get Raghav to respond to what you just said. What they are accusing you of is financial corruption. After all, the MCD they're saying is run by the BJP. They're calling it a salary scam. They're saying, where has the money gone? They're accusing you directly of misappropriating the funds that were meant to pay these salaries. Not just that, they're also accusing you of being behind the strike. Satyendra Jain, the health minister of Delhi, has actually said that some of those who didn't even want to participate in the strike are being threatened by the BJP. How do you respond to these charges?
Number one, as far as their accusations are concerned, only a few days ago, the Deputy Chief Minister, it's not a simple Karyakarta, the Deputy Chief Minister was accusing that we were out to assassinate Mr. Kejriwal. So you know what kind of accusations.
To what we are discussing.
Exactly. So don't go into the accusation. Let's come to the facts. I just demolished the fact that Mr. Raghav Chadha was saying that the commissioners didn't want any money. Here is the letter. I told that. As far as, let's go to the example as to how, what money they have submitted and how it has been spent. The salary scam that they are saying. Let's take the example of the worst hit MCD, that is the East Delhi MCD. The East Delhi MCD's requirement per year only for salary is 1104 crore rupees. What does the Aam Aadmi Party give? The Aam Aadmi Party, as per the recent budget, is supposed to give 565 crore rupees per year to the East Delhi government, to the East Delhi MCD. What has it given as it? It has given 465 crore rupees, deficit by 100 crore rupees by this budget to the MCD. Now Raghav was right that the MCD should also procure its own earnings by advertisement, by parkings, etc. The East Delhi MCD has done 650 crore, has procured 650 crores. All these totals to approximately 1100 crore. Remember, 1200 crore rupees is the amount that the East Delhi has to spend compulsorily on the maintenance of the assets that it possesses, including the hospitals, the municipal bodies, the vehicles, and other things.
Let Raghav get back on that, but can I get in Sharmashta Mukherjee from the Congress? We'll just come back to that. Now, as Sambit Patra pointed out, there was a time when the Congress was in power both in the municipality as well as at the centre. Trifurcation happened then, and is that a problem here?
Sorry, I couldn't hear your question.
Trifurcation happened during the Congress rule. Now, is that an issue of the money not getting where it should? Earlier, it was much easier. It was one body.
Not at all. I think, what is happening now is a turf war. It's a passing on responsibility, shrugging of responsibility between the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party. Let me give you one example. In 2012-13, MCD that time was under BJP. There was Congress government in Delhi, but MCD, because of its rampant corruption, inefficiency, was again going through a financial crisis. And that time, the Delhi Congress government bailed it out by giving a loan of 322 crore under the wage and means loan, and also paid 150 crore for the municipal reforms fund. So, Congress did not think that because BJP MCD is controlled by BJP, so it did not think twice about bailing it out because of the people. It didn't want the people of Delhi to suffer.
Right.
And that time, this is over the budget of Delhi government, which allocated our MCD budget of 3,128 crore. That was 2012 and 13. And what is the budget allocated by Delhi government in 2015?
Sir, let's take that to Raghav Chadha.
457 crore.
Right. Let's take that to Raghav Chadha.
In fact, major budget cut also.
Right. So, on the one hand, she says that there is politics playing out, a turf battle between you and the BJP. On the other hand, she's also raising questions about allocation of funds. Also, Raghav, if I could quickly add to that, what the BJP has also raised in the last few days is that your government has the money to spend on advertising to highlight its achievements, but you don't have the money to pay the salaries of MCD employees?
Okay. First of all, I challenge my friends from the BJP and the Congress to file a petition against me or the government stating that we have not paid the money to the MCDs that was due as per the law. I am once again stating this on your show that as per the law, whatever money was required to be dispersed by the government of Delhi to the MCDs have been given. In fact, Ms. Sheila Dikshit, when she was the Chief Minister, she gave a loan of about 6,000 odd crores to these MCDs because they were financially in a mess. When, ma'am, let me complete, please let me complete. Sheila Dikshit ji gave a loan of about 6,000 odd crores. Our government and our finance minister this time announced that we are giving a moratorium as far as the recovery of this loan, the principal amount and the interest are concerned, that we will disperse every penny as per the finance commission to you. We will not even set off the outstanding loan. So this is the extent to which we have gone to facilitate the functioning, the financial functioning of the MCD. That's one. Point number two. There is nothing in the High Court order that Mr. Patra has just read out to the effect that 3,000 odd crores or some obnoxious figure as that is what the dues of the government of Delhi to the MCDs are, and I challenge him on that. That's one. Right. Point number two. Where will this money come from? First of all, it's the responsibility, as per the statute, it's the responsibility of the MCDs to, do financial revenue augmentation and arrange for all these expenses. The central government, the DDA, which falls under Venkaiah Naidu ji's ministry, owes about 1,550 crores.
But let me just. That matters before the High Court now.
No, it's not before the High Court, and the MCDs have in writing agreed that that money is due. So 1,550 crores is what the Venkaiah Naidu ji's ministry owes to the MCD. That's one. Point number two, the much touted Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. as per that, there is a monetary allocation that needs to be dispersed from the central government to the MCDs. And lastly, share in central taxes. Local bodies like the municipal corporations of Haryana and Punjab get about 600 odd crores every year by the central government. The Delhi municipal commissions and the corporations don't get it. My request to BJP would be that they have all 7 MPs in Delhi. My legislators will go with you. Let's sit outside the office of Venkaiah Naidu ji and the Honorable Finance Minister and request them to disburse this money so that the salaries of the sanitation workers can be paid. There is not even a single penny that we have retained.
Yes. We know the usual way of the Aam Aadmi Party's accusation is the centre doesn't give them anything. The centre doesn't give them any money, but they have all the money, 526 crore rupees approximately, to advertise themselves. Centre does not give them any money, but they have all the money in their coffers to have 400% hike in their salaries, to raise their salaries from 40,000 odd rupees to 3 lakh rupees. So they have all the monies for themselves, but they don't have any money for the Dalit Karyakartas, the Safai Karmacharis. Mr. Kejriwal,
don't play the Dalit card.
Don't play a Dalit card. Don't play this. Mr. Kejriwal can go and play a Dalit card in Hyderabad.
Let's stick to the subject.
But majority of the Safai Karmacharis are Dalit bandhus.
Tomorrow you will say we are procuring buses and we are not. I mean, we are not required. The government, as per the statute, we paid every money.
Raghav, was I interjecting? Was I interjecting?
Let's
Raghav, you had a point.
Debate.
You had a point. It's my time now. Please.
And also, Samit, they're accusing you of instigating these MCD workers because this is the 4th strike by MCD, which is controlled by the BJP since the Aam Aadmi Party came to power last year.
I'll tell you one thing very frankly. I mean, go into a Safai Karmachari's house and see. 6 months they have not got their salaries. Look at their condition.
Do
they need any kind of instigation?
The mayor should resign.
Raghav, can you please be quiet for a while?
What about transparency? Isn't that an issue here?
No, I told you, I'll give you every detail. I have a letter which I'll submit it to you. I mean, why does the High Court, if they have all the data under the sleeves, they could have easily doled these out in front of the High Court. On 7th of January itself, the High Court is coming out with the fact. He's right, 3,000 crore was not mentioned. I told where the 3,000 crore came from.
We need to get the last
The
word
High
from
Court
Sharmistha.
said that you have to submit the amount that is due. And legally, Mr. Raghav Chadha, legally, the 14th Finance Commission recommendations should be on by now.
Right.
And by that standard, 6,000 crore rupees should be given by the state government.
The 14th Finance
Raghav, we have completely run out of time. Raghav, I need to give the last word to Sharmistha. She's hardly spoken.
You interject me when I was
10
speaking.
10 seconds.
14th Finance Commission is the central commission. There is the 4th Finance Commission that we have already tabled the report
Sorry,
in the
4th Finance Commission.
That's one. And secondly,
and
and when the government of Delhi is asking the MCDs that please furnish your accounts for auditing, we have given you the money. Where has the money gone? Who has siphoned off this money?
Well,
they are not willing to give the accounts
so
of the
that
money.
we will be
They are
able
not
to
willing to
settle
share the books
tonight.
of accounts.
But Sharmistha, if I could please quickly come to you, last 20 seconds. Do you think that this matter can now only be resolved by the Delhi High Court, which is in fact going to hear this petition on Tuesday? What do you think is the way out of this mess? Sharmistha, can you hear me?
No, sorry.
Sharmistha, last word to you, 20 seconds very quickly. What do you think is the way out of this mess? Can we now only hope for the Delhi High Court to resolve this matter?
I couldn't hear your question properly, but what I would like to suggest, this is not the way, what is being happening in this studio is a replica of what is happening outside. The only way to come out of this mess is for these people to talk and to sort out an issue, to solve this problem, to sort this issue out through proper dialogue. It's just passing the buck, shrugging off the responsibility, blaming each other is not going to take anybody anywhere. And also, the paying the salaries of these people. These are not these people, the Safai Karmacharis, the doctors, the employees. They are not asking for anything extra. They are just asking for their dues, therefore their rights. And they are also citizens of Delhi. So Aam Aadmi government just can't shrug off their responsibility, saying that this is
not our responsibility, madam, as per the statute.
We do know that the salaries have to be paid, but who pays them? That maybe the High Court will finally have to.
Perhaps the High Court will have the last word, but what we all have to remember is we must spare a thought for the Delhiites who really are ultimately suffering the most in this entire mess that has been created while this blame game plays out. Thanks very much to all our panelists for joining us on this debate, and thanks for watching.
Good night.